First at 6, the ongoing controversies surrounding the celebrity chef. The young chef has restaurants around the world and a huge following online and off.
Quite a protest outside this Brickell Avenue restaurant today. I must confess, until a day or so ago, I had never heard of the celebrity chef Salt Bae.
Let's talk about him. There are some major updates about Salt Bae. At the moment, things aren't looking great. Reports say he's planning to shut down his U.S. operations completely, turning his attention to the Middle East and exploring new places to rebuild his image. But here's the catch. There's no promise this comeback will succeed. Some even fear legal issues could pop up if anything shady gets exposed. It took just 36 seconds, that now famous salt sprinkling move, to turn a little-known Turkish butcher, Nusret Gökçe, into a global icon. Nobody really knew who he was until he became Salt Bae. Suddenly, his name was everywhere on social media. He was posing with stars like Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi, Beckham, even members of royal families. He launched more than 20 restaurants worldwide, sold gold-covered steaks for $1,000 each, gained millions of followers, and racked up billions of views. All because he sprinkled salt with flair. Not because he invented any new dishes. From washing dishes in Istanbul to becoming a global sensation, his story felt like a real-life fairy tale, almost like living the American dream. But then, Salt Bae's fame started to crumble. He rushed onto the World Cup field just to get a selfie with Messi. He shocked people with sky-high bills. Even his own staff accused him of mistreatment. Critics slammed his food as flashy, bland, and ridiculously overpriced. He went from being a kitchen star to the punchline of a joke. Once praised as a food artist, now he's more of a meme than a chef. It's a wild example of how crazy influencer fame can get. So what really happened to Salt Bae? Was he a genius? Or just a short-lived trend? And why did so many fans who once loved him now feel embarrassed by him? To understand how it all fell apart, you have to rewind to early 2017. Back when Nusret Gökçe was just a Turkish chef with a serious love for meat. That first steak cutting video wasn't your average promo. It was a full-on performance. Every slice was clean and smooth. Each move had style. And that final salt sprinkle, no one could pull it off like him. The video blew up online. It spread like wildfire and turned him into a global meme overnight. But it wasn't just about going viral. His cool, calm energy pulled people in. At that time, Salt Bae still felt real. Not too flashy, not too famous. In 2017, he said, "I do this for love, not money." For him, every cut of meat was a piece of art. That one viral moment launched him into a whole new world. After that, almost every video showed him sprinkling salt, slicing meat, or adding some slick new move. People couldn't get enough. That's what brought crowds through the doors. With over 50 million Instagram followers and Nusr-Et restaurants in 22 countries, Salt Bae created a personal brand that felt larger than life. Nusret wasn't just a steakhouse. It was a show. You weren't paying just for food. You were paying to see Salt Bae perform. His restaurants attracted everyone from everyday diners to global celebrities. Messi, DiCaprio, even the Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi. From the outside, everything looked perfect. But behind that polished image, things were starting to fall apart. It began when outrageous receipts started going viral in 2021 and 2022. People began to wonder, what are we actually paying for? In London, a single dinner could cost £8,800, and that was just for one steak, before sides or drinks. Something didn't sit right. Those eye-watering bills didn't just shock the internet, they shattered Salt Bae's image as a real chef. How could someone who once claimed he cooked for the love of meat turn around and charge $1,000 for it? Was this really about the food? Or just pure hype? Fans started to feel fooled. Salt Bae didn't seem focused on passion anymore. He looked like he was just chasing cash. And then the real reviews started coming in. One diner said they spent $1,000 on a steak that tasted like a $50 cut from a regular place. They ordered 2 tomahawk steaks and a rack of lamb for the table. When the bill arrived, they were stunned. They insisted they had ordered the golden option and were charged $1,000 for each steak, but they never actually asked for that. They ate what was served, assuming that was how their order was normally presented. It became obvious the waiter was trying to take advantage. Another diner called the whole experience a huge disappointment. They came expecting a master chef, but left feeling like it was an overpriced circus. Instead of addressing the complaints, Salt Bae fired back. He said the prices match the experience and the best ingredients. But his response only made people angrier.
It's so expensive.
We are not expensive. This is, perception, not reality. Our product, best of the best.
Comments kept pouring in. Former fans criticized him hard. What special night? It's just meat with salt. He seemed to forget why people loved him in the first place. Salt Bae's first response to the backlash? Act like nothing was wrong. Not the smartest move. He kept posting the same old videos, showing off fancy cuts and famous guests, almost like he was daring the critics. If he had just listened, admitted the problem, and changed his approach, maybe he could have turned things around. But what happened next made things even worse. He kept pushing everyone's limits. Then came the World Cup 2022 incident at Lusail Stadium in Qatar. Argentina had just beaten France in an epic match. The players and Messi were celebrating their dream come true. And Salt Bae? He stormed onto the field wearing tight white clothes and sunglasses, crashing their special moment. He grabbed the trophy, kissed it, and did his famous salt sprinkle pose, even though FIFA rules say only players and officials are allowed to touch it. Even worse, he chased after Argentina's stars, forcing selfies. Andro Martinez looked annoyed, and Messi ignored him twice before finally giving in. FIFA opened an investigation into how he got onto the field and banned him from the 2023 US Open Cup final. When asked about it, Salt Bae just shrugged and said, "I just wanted to share the moment." Not a very convincing excuse. He broke the rules and ruined a historic moment just for attention. His follow-up excuses sounded clueless, which only made people more upset.
Why did you go onto the World Cup pitch after the final, touch the World Cup, and kiss the World Cup? What were you thinking?
I love Argentina. I love football. And this is the accident. Before I don't know the rules. Now I know the rules. Next World Cup, I never touch the World Cup. I go to, of course, stadium, see the match, but I never...
Longtime fans didn't just feel angry. They felt embarrassed for him. One said, "I've followed him from the start. I can't believe this. He lost all my respect." The backlash was brutal. He lost millions of loyal fans, got banned from big events, faced calls for boycotts, and worst of all, he never apologized. Instead, he doubled down. After the World Cup drama, rather than trying to rebuild trust, he showed off even more. He shared a $108,000 Dubai bill with the caption, "Money comes and goes." Then another bill surfaced, £141,000, with "Quality is never expensive." This only made the internet angrier. His clueless responses showed he just didn't understand. No humility, no apology, no solution. Just more bragging, more flashy videos, more posing with VIPs, like he was daring people to stay mad. Why did he act this way? It probably comes down to how fast he rose. One viral clip, millions of fans, restaurants opening overnight. To keep that luxury image going, he lost sight of what really mattered, quality. Many say he got drunk on his own fame. The hype made him feel untouchable. He stopped caring about his craft and started playing a character. He crossed the line between confidence and arrogance, classy and cringy. The sad part? He forgot what made him special in the first place. Real skill, real passion, real hunger. Now he's just a loud sideshow no one really wants to watch. There's no solid proof, but his actions speak volumes, from humble butcher to tone-deaf celebrity. Salt Bae became a clear example of how to ruin yourself. The comments under his posts say it all. Old fans miss the original Salt Bae. "I miss when the salt sprinkle was art. Now it's a joke. He inspired me once. Now he's a warning sign." Unfollowed him after the World Cup stunt. Can't stand his attitude. It's not just what he did, it's how he handled it. He didn't listen, didn't admit mistakes, didn't grow. He just poked the bear harder. PR experts say he made every crisis mistake possible, turning a small storm into a disaster that can't be fixed. The numbers tell the story. His posts now mostly get hate. Some of his Western restaurants see fewer visitors than ever. Salt Bae's story is a gut punch. From a chef people loved to a symbol of greed and clueless arrogance. Maybe some restaurants will survive. But the old magic? It's gone for good. His legacy? Overpriced meals, embarrassing stunts, ignoring real fans. The saddest part, he still acts like nothing's wrong. Keeps posting the same showy posts, like he lives in a world where the backlash doesn't exist. But it does. And it pushes him farther from the fans who once cheered for him. This fall isn't just Salt Bae's story. It's a warning for everyone. When fame turns passion into a money game and humility into arrogance, the fall is only a matter of time. His old fans aren't just angry, they're disappointed, and maybe that hurts more. In the end, Salt Bae won't be remembered as the steak king, but as a warning of how quickly fame can destroy you. One sprinkle of salt made him famous, but it was his ego that wiped that fame away. Once you lose respect, no gold steak can bring it back. That's the final lesson Salt Bae left behind, even if he never meant to.